Hey guys, it's Luke, your Digital Concierge with Gramophone. Today we are taking a look at the all-new Soundsticks version 4 by Harman Kardon. Originally founded in 1953 by Sidney Harman and Bernard Kardon, Harman Kardon has been a brand that has made waves in the audio industry for many, many decades now. And the newest wave it sets out to make is in the Soundsticks 4. A product so unique in its design that it's actually been featured in the Museum of Modern Art, and that takes that intricate design and blends it with Harman Kardon's own scientific perfection when it comes to sonic research. This is going to be one of the most interesting Bluetooth speakers you can put on your desktop. Also, be sure to check out our other videos for other Harman products right here on our YouTube channel. Alright guys, so we're going to do an unboxing of the Soundsticks 4, but as always, before we get into the box, let's take a look at the outside of the box. So on the front, you can see the big graphic logo for the product showing the integrated subwoofer as well as the two small towers. Looking on the side, you got a close-up on the tower, or the stick rather, and then on the other side we have a close-up of the sub. And on the rear, you can see the whole system with a couple points about its best features, such as being Bluetooth enabled, and some comments about the overall design language of the product. Now then, let's get into it. Oh wow, that is actually more convincingly like glass than I thought it would be. That is quite clear. That's actually a lot cooler looking in person. I kind of want one now. Alright guys, let's do a quick recap of what comes in the box with the Soundsticks 4. Obviously, of course, you get your two Soundstick speakers. They plug into the central subwoofer, which serves as a hub for the system. You plug them into this, you plug your power into this. This is where the power is and the Bluetooth features. And then, of course, you have your power cable, as you're going to need, and your literature such as your quick start guide, warranty information, and general instructions. That's it for what comes in the box. Let's check the specs. On each of the satellites, or the sticks, you have four 1.4-inch transducers, which are responsible for your mids and for your highs, at least most of it, right? But then in the middle here, serving as the central hub, is your subwoofer. This is a 5.25-inch rated driver. If you take a look at the cutout on the top, that's a 5.25-inch. But you can see how it's this much wider mass inside the shell. Because of that, it's able to radiate a little bit more energy and actually get more power out of an enclosure so small. And this thing probably sounds just as cool as it looks. Also, the frequency response on these is going to be 40 Hertz to 20,000 Hertz, so nearly full range, and a very good range for something of this size, I might add. And these are capable of producing a signal-to-noise ratio of right around 80 decibels. Again, stand out for something designed to be a desktop speaker. Altogether, this thing is capable of a full system output power of about 140 watts RMS, which means these things get flippin' loud. Now let's talk about the design aspects, of which there are many, on the Soundsticks 4. But first we'll start with the basics and do the dimensions. The subwoofer unit / primary hub here is about 10 inches tall, but it has a circumference of 9 inches. Looking at the satellites, they stand about 9 inches tall with a circumference of about 3 inches. And the weight of the entire system is 9.7 pounds. So you get a system that is relatively compact, easy to transport and set up because it's so lightweight, but is capable of making some big, big sound. As for the shape and actual design language of the Soundsticks 4, where do we even begin? Never seen anything quite like this. I don't think on this entire setup there's a sharp edge to be found anywhere. All, of course, which lends to great acoustic performance, because a little rule of thumb in speaker design is that usually 90-degree angles and sharp edges are bad. It's kind of hard to notice, but let me turn this around. You can kind of see this ridge design built into the inner material of the stick, and those ridges kind of resemble what you see in the surround of the sub. And on the top of this, there's kind of an outward ripple effect going on the top too. So they've been very consistent, even in those small details of making everything look really congruent. And going on that note of design language with the ripples and the shapes is, of course, what it's actually made out of. Yeah, it feels too durable to be a cheap plastic. I don't think it's quite a glass, but it seems to be something like an acrylic or a plexiglass, maybe a Lexan, whatever it is, something high quality. And then looking at the subwoofer, you can see this massive interior surround, and using the rounded shell really helps dissipate any parasitic energy from the rear of the sub. If you ever look at really high dollar speakers, they kind of have a lute or rounded shape design to the cabinet. Same principle. So you're taking a really often expensive practice and applying it to a product that's smaller and a little bit more affordable. And then looking at the bottom, you can see the actual subwoofer cone that points downward rather, and fires omnidirectionally. It's not heavy, but it does have a decent weight to it for its size. You can see that it's got a little bit of play in the feet, but that's good because it gives you some dampening for that bass energy, so you don't get mud, you get bass. The satellites have a nice silicone foot all around the bottom of them, so they stay well in place. You can see it's got good traction even on this marble top, which is really smooth. Taking a look at the back of the primary unit here, you can see I've got the satellites plugged in. These are actually marked left and right to make it really easy. That's where your power will go. That's a little USB port for servicing, possibly for firmware. Here's your auxiliary port where you would plug in either your phone from a 3.5 or a 3.5 from your computer's motherboard. And then of course main power and the Bluetooth pairing button, so operation on this is going to be really straightforward. Alright guys, and just a quick note about compatibility, very straightforward on this product. It's Bluetooth, so it's easily going to work with your phone or with your PC, just by traditional Bluetooth means. It also has a 3.5mm aux port, so you can use a physical hardwire, again from the headphone jack on your phone, or from the motherboard out on your PC. Running this on a phone, I'd say just go with Bluetooth. Running this on a PC, I'd say use the aux, because wired is still technically better. And that's it. Alright guys, so now we're going to do something fun. Granted, this won't be the best representation because YouTube, but we're going to do a sound test anyway because I think it'll be a lot of fun, and this thing is just too cool to not try out, so let's do it. Oh, look, it lights up! To pair, the first time you turn them on, they're automatically going to go into pairing mode, indicated by the sweeping blue light here. So on my iPhone, I'm just going to look them up under Bluetooth. There it is. HK Soundsticks 4 is what it comes up as. Hit that. That means that you are connected. Let's find something royalty-free but cool.
Put a glass box around her and she'll break the glass. If you try to cage her in, she'll light the match.
So I think that sounded pretty good, guys. The thing that I noticed the most is definitely the bass energy coming off of this. It is relatively strong for its size, but it didn't come off as muddy. Much better than I was expecting for something that's marketed as a desktop speaker. You take something like this and hook it up to your PC setup, unless you have a serious pair of bookshelves and the space to put them on your desk, this is going to compete with just about anything and defeat most of it. This is a serious upgrade getting into, I'd say, near hi-fi levels for your desk. As for the satellites themselves, they seem relatively clear, decent top end, decent mid-range, though I do think the bass from this unit's probably the most exciting aspect. Considering the design, the sound quality, and most notably the size of this product, for under $300, this is in the top tier of what you can put on your desk. These are awesome. They sound incredible and they look amazing. If this is in your budget, head on over to skybygramophone.com and check these out. You can check out securely and receive fast and free shipping right to your door in just 3 to 5 business days. Also, come by and check out our showrooms in Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg, Maryland, as well as our kitchen design center over in Hunt Valley, Maryland. If you're looking for project ideas, need to schedule a service request, or would like to speak to one of our hi-fi, home theater, and interior design experts, get inspired at gramophone.com. And if you have a question for me, ask at gramophone.com. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like and drop a comment down below, and make sure that you subscribe to the Gramophone channel for all of your audio and home theater needs. But don't forget, guys, I want to hear from you. What do you think of the Soundsticks 4? And what do you think of other Harman Kardon products? And what do you want to see from me in the future? As always, thank you for watching. Be seeing you.